flying by. All right, you know what? I think I'm just going to come in here for a second. Just give me a second.
As millions of Floridians were urged to evacuate as Hurricane Ian was bearing down on the West Coast, many reporters, both local and national, were rushing into the eye of the storm to report live in those life-threatening conditions. It's a long-standing practice in the media. Send in the reporters to both watch them get blown around on live TV, but also to report on the aftermath from the scene. In a moment, we'll talk to a critic who believes the media needs to stop sending reporters into hurricane zones. But let's admit it, it makes for compelling TV.
For what they were predicting, 12 to 16 feet of storm surge, we expected this to be up over my head. I mean,
Eric, please come in.
Dennis, you know, we had pretty good straight line winds from the northeast. Give me one sec.
Yeah, they gotta go. Yeah, you guys gotta go.
The wind is loud. The gusts are really starting to pick up here down in Sarasota. You can see the rain is coming down, and this has been constant now.
All the cable networks did it, right? MSNBC, CNN, Fox, and yes, NewsNation had multiple reporters in Central Florida. Fox's Robert Ray even was on the verge of being blown into a marina.
It's really coming in right now, Neil, and it's tough to even speak, and I'm sorry. As we take the wrath of Ian coming into Fort Myers, and you can hear the sounds in the distance. Pops, snaps, you need to be careful. Things are getting dangerous here. You're watching this, don't come out, stay inside.
Look, I too chased a couple of storms back in my career. But is this just dangerous and unnecessary? Michael Luciano, the primetime editor for Mediaite.com, which I founded, wrote a piece titled, "Sending Reporters into Hurricanes is Dumb and Reckless." He argued, quote, in the pre-social media, pre-phone camera era, TV reporters arguably had a role to play by standing in the middle of tempest while it rained sideways and wind gusts blew outdoor cats and Mazdas all over the place. But nowadays, everyone has a smartphone and a social media account. Crazy footage of a hurricane doing hurricane things is actually best left crowd-sourced. Michael Luciano joins us now. Mike, thanks for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so you think reporters shouldn't be down there at all?
There's definitely value in sending reporters to hurricane zones where they can talk to officials, talk to residents, gather information. All of that is very important, but you can't do any of that when you're clinging to a stop sign for dear life while your body is almost parallel to the ground.
So is your point that you think that this is primarily performative?
I think it's two things. I think one is this is a holdover from back in the old days when there was no social media. And what you would do is you would just send a field reporter out to cover a hurricane or a blizzard or whatever it was to show people the devastation. I think that's just definitely part of it, like a muscle memory. But I also think there's another aspect to this, at least concerning some networks. And it's like they're almost hoping that the live hit becomes news, right? So we're talking about it right now. You just showed Jim Cantori of the Weather Channel getting hit with a tree limb. And, you know, the Weather Channel and certain networks like that, you know, I'm pretty sure they're okay if something like that happens, their reporter isn't hurt too seriously, and we end up talking about it. It's all over social media, because the Weather Channel in particular, remember, like 10 years ago, they started naming winter storms because apparently they weren't sexy enough. So I do think there's a bit of clout chasing going on here on social media in addition to storm chasing in real life.
But you agree, right, that there is a value in having reporters on the ground so that in the aftermath they can then report on it. Your point is just when the actual event is coming in.
Correct. I don't think they should be out like the scenes that we're looking at right now. I don't think they're particularly necessary. Only bad things can happen. And you mentioned aftermath. I think that is arguably, having reporters there to report on that is arguably as valuable as being there before and during, when you're giving people valuable information as the storm is coming in or as it's hitting, because in the aftermath part, viewers can see the devastation and the toll that it has taken. And if those viewers are so inclined, can actually see, like, these people need help and I want to give it to them through, a preferred charity or something. So I think those things are very important.
Really quickly, does it change your view at all if I tell you that most of these, in fact, all of these reporters volunteer to go? They actually want to go cover these events?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's forced into doing this if they really don't want to do it, but I think them volunteering is part of this culture of unnecessarily putting people in harm's way. I mean, we've seen reporters hit with tree branches. A few years ago, like a guy covering Hurricane Florence, I think, in Houston was hit with sheet metal. It just seems very unnecessary to me.
Yep. And I'll tell you, having been at one of these, I didn't kind of know exactly what to do. I mean, I was just kind of sent there, and I'm like, all right, I guess I should tether myself to a tree in case something happens. Michael Luciano, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.